For more on this, I'm joined once again by Ellen Gainsford from our news desk. Good morning again, Ellen. Authorities are already sounding the alarm about this drought situation in France, and it stands to get worse. What more can you tell us?
That's right, Oliver. Well, France is currently going through a really exceptional period of drought. And as you were saying, we're coming off the back of these three heat waves that the country's seen this year. We're still going through that third one at the moment, actually. And to give you some context, well, as you said, July was actually the hottest month on record that since records began in around the 1900s, I believe. And it also saw around 70% less rainfall than usual. To deal with this water crisis, the government has introduced some measures to protect the water supply, and that includes restricting water usage in much of France. And I actually have a map that I can use to illustrate some of this. 67 departments are on the highest alert for water use. That can be seen here in red. Then 21 are on amber alert. That's the level just below that. And what does that mean exactly? Well, under the lower alerts, the restrictions are voluntary and they apply to things like watering your garden or washing your car. But under the higher alerts, and these restrictions become mandatory, and tap water is reserved solely for essential use like healthcare, drinking water, and of course, sanitation purposes. And if people do break these rules, well, there's a fine of up to 1,500 euros that can be applied. And France's Minister of the Environment has said that these measures are necessary because otherwise, to ensure that France is going to have drinking water in September. And she's also called an emergency crisis meeting that's set to take place on Wednesday to discuss the ongoing drought situation.
And France is just one of a number of European countries facing water shortages because of the drought. And the UK is also being forced to implement measures.
That's right. So, yes. So, as you'll know, Oliver, the usual cliche what we speak about when we're talking about maybe taking a trip to the UK is that you'll need your umbrella. But I have to say that's not the case at the moment. All of Wales is currently seeing drought conditions, and that's the same for 2/3 of England. And that means that 45 million British people are living in areas affected by drought, and that's out of the UK's total population of 70 million. And I can say from my personal experience, I've just got back from a trip to Dorset, which is in the south of England, and it's known for its beautiful countryside and green rolling hills. And I was really shocked to see that everywhere was just dried to a crisp and very yellow and brown. But it's not all of the UK that's been affected. Scotland and Northern Ireland are actually not experiencing drought at the moment. But the British government is putting in place some measures to help deal with this in the long term. We've heard from the water minister that the government plans to fast-track plans for 9 new reservoirs, and also to reduce the leaks in the current water infrastructure. And that's their aim at preventing any unnecessary wastage of water.
Thank you very much for that, Ellen Gainsford from our news desk.